Hey, it's your girl, Lavinia Masters, and I want to come briefly with a journal entry that I did today, and I want to post it. And I want to post it because my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy not for just the things that I have to endure in this everyday life, but it's heavy for the world. It's heavy for the world. You know, God has brought me through a lot of trauma, a lot of tragedy, a lot of ups and downs. And I know there's more that I will probably endure in this life. But I don't ever want to lose sight of my purpose. I don't want to ever lose sight of who I am. I don't ever want to lose sight of my peace and what God has called me to do. So I want to just come and try to encourage you tonight in something that seems so heavy, a burden that you can't seem to bear. This entry is called Let There Be Light Again. There are moments when I look around this world and my heart aches deeply, not just for my own traumas, but for the pain I see everywhere. Death has become too familiar. Suicide seems to knock on too many doors. Political battles have turned neighbors into enemies. Wars rage, both in distant lands and within the human soul. Families are being torn apart, some by loss, others by the cruel weight of poverty or addiction. And amid it all, hope feels like a rare and fragile thing. Something people are struggling to even believe in anymore. But as I sat in prayer this morning, God reminded me of something simple yet powerful. We are still the light of the world. Even when it feels like darkness is winning, that truth has not changed. Jesus said in Matthew 5:14-16, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So, beloved, if you still have breath in your body, you still have purpose in your light. It may flicker at times. It may feel dim under the heaviness of this world, but it's still there. And someone, somewhere, is depending on your light to find their way through the darkness. We cannot afford to let despair extinguish compassion. Too many people are wrestling silently with demons of depression, addiction, grief, and hopelessness. Too many have lost faith because they've forgotten what love looks like. And while it's easy to say the world is cruel, we must remember that we are the world. Each one of us has the power to shift the atmosphere through grace, forgiveness, empathy, and prayer. The Word of God tells us in Romans 12:21, "Do not overcome evil by evil, but overcome evil with good." And in Galatians 6:9, we are encouraged, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we shall reap a harvest if we do not give up." Now is not the time to grow weary, dear hearts. It is a time to stand in the gap for those who cannot stand for themselves. When I think about compassion, I think about Jesus at Lazarus' tomb. Even though he knew resurrection was coming, he still felt the pain of human loss. That moment teaches us that even divine power does not dismiss human empathy. We are called to feel, to care, to weep with those who weep, and to remind one another that life is still worth living, even through tears. Y'all, there's too much fighting against one another and not enough fighting for one another. I'm going to say that again. There's too much fighting against one another and not enough fighting for each other. The enemy has convinced many that division is strength, but unity is where God commands the blessing. We were never meant to be each other's competition. We were designed to be each other's covering. Imagine if we poured as much energy into lifting each other up as we do tearing each other down. Imagine if compassion became contagious again. When those Israelites faced famine and despair, Elijah told the widow in 1 Kings 17:13-16 to feed him first with her last bit of flour and oil. And in doing so, God multiplied what she had. That's a reminder that even in scarcity, generosity opens the door for miracles. When we share light, hope, or compassion, even from our place of emptiness, God replenishes us. To you, my brothers and sisters, don't let the darkness define this season. Be the light that refuses to go out. Pray for those who persecute you. Forgive those who wounded you. Encourage the one ready to give up. Feed the hungry. Speak life into the broken. Offer warmth to the old and forgotten. That's how we fight back. Not with hate or despair, but with love. 58:10-11 reminds us, if you spend yourselves on behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then your light will rise in the darkness and your light will become like the noonday. God promises to restore those who pour out of compassion, even in chaos. So while the world seems to be spinning out of control, remember this. 1, you are not powerless. 2, you are not forgotten. And 3, your light still matters. Again, let's fight for one another, not against one another. Let's shine brighter than the fear, louder than the hate, and stronger than the despair. Because if ever there was a time the world needed light, it's now. It is now. And through it all, remember John 1:5, that the light shines in the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it. We are the light of the world. Hold on to that promise. The world may be trembling, but the light of God alive in you will never be extinguished. Never. So let's continue to shine our lights, dear hearts. People are hurting. And if you don't have the compassion to feel some of their pain, I pray someone shines their light to reignite yours. Let's think about one another during these times. With love and light, Lavinia.